Okay, this that we saw before is how to make a rag with just a few lines of Python. And here is a more professional GUI-based product. Although I am very clumsy at using other people's GUIs, so I'm probably going to stumble through it. But the first thing is LM Studio. This is a graphical uh, environment to run local language models, and I've got it running here. So you can load models in this thing and run them. Here's Llama 3.1. And I could download it here, but what I'd rather use is just Llama 3. And I want to local server. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. All right, so I want to, on the left side, click the icon that looks like a chat bubble. Okay, and now I can chat with a model, and I don't know what model I'm using. Here, there we are. Meta Llama 3, there it is. Llama 3, I've already downloaded it. It's maybe 5 GB. These models are not that big. So now it's loading this model, and you can see how much RAM and CPU it's using, 2 gigs of RAM and 48% CPU. The model is running locally in the machine. All right, it's getting ready. Okay, now it's ready with Llama 3. And now I can say, why is the, let's say, why is the ocean blue? See what it makes of that. And it should cough up an answer. There it is running a lot of RAM and a lot of CPU working to calculate an answer. And an answer should be forthcoming. Processing, okay. All right, I'm bored waiting for that. Let's move ahead here. So that's what LM Studio does alone. You can enter a question and an answer will appear. All right. Now, there we are. It's finally due. The ocean appears blue for various reasons. All right. And there is some way to cancel it. Stop generating. Okay. Right. Fair enough. So it's giving me an answer to the question. Now, this also serves the large language model locally over a port. And there's a local server button somewhere home, search AI chat playground, local server. There it is. There. So the local server is listening. Here are some API endpoints, V1 chat completion, and there are others. And it's listening on port 1234 locally. Okay. That's what I want to see there. Okay. And V1 chat completion is an API endpoint. So now we want to make sure the server is running. I'll start server. Okay, there it is. And here's a log file showing the server is listening. And here's the API endpoints, models, chat completions, and embeddings, which is new. All right. So now I'm going to use Anything LLM, which is a second product to help you make RAGs. What I've done now is just make a naked foundation model, a large language model without additional context. But Anything LLM is the tool you use to add context to it. So here's Anything LLM. And at the bottom left, I want to make sure on the LLM preference screen, just a minute. Okay, I go to this thing, and here's LLM preference. Okay, and now I see it is in fact connecting to LLM provider on localhost 1234 V1. So this is already configured to connect to the large language model running in LM Studio. That's the first thing I want to do. And I have a token context window, and they say use 4096, so I guess I'll change it here. That's how many words you can send it, essentially. All right, now I'm going to save changes. Okay, LLM preferences saved successfully. Now, I want to get to embedding preferences. I think this has already been done. I just need to create a workspace. I'm going to try to get home if I can figure out how. Workspace chat? No. There's some way to get home. What does this do? Help docs. This is like I said, I'm always lost in other people's GUIs. There's got to be some way to get home. There it is. Click this thing to get home. Okay, now I can create a new workspace. Okay, and this is going to be Winter Working Connections. All right. Okay, now I'm in a new workspace, so I don't have any history or context or anything. And now I'm going to ask it a question. This is Meta's large language model, which is open sourced, and it was only trained through March of 2023. It doesn't know anything that happened after that time. Microsoft Recall is a feature I mentioned before that came out in May of 2024. So this large language model has no idea that there's anything called Microsoft Recall. So if I ask it, what is the Microsoft Recall feature? Here's what it tells me. It is the built-in capability to restore your PC to its original state, removing all installed applications, files, and settings. Okay, and there's probably some way to stop it. Here, okay, that's all garbage. And here it is going on and on, making a really good series of how recall. So let's try this. Let's ask the same question again. Microsoft Recall does not exist in Windows 10. That's an interesting answer. That's actually true. But it totally contradicts the previous answer. Let's ask again. Now it's stuck on does not exist. That's interesting. Let's give it another try. By the way, it is supposed to remember your conversation. Does not have a recall feature. It's different words. Then it says you might find it if you go uninstall. I'm going to give it another try because there's another fun one. I've seen other fun ones. It should be noticing I'm asking the same question and give me the same answer, but it's not. Okay, now it seems to be kind of stuck on it does not. Okay, I'll just try one more and then I'm going to stop because I may have reached a dead end here where it's going to remember. Okay, good. This is better. It's doing better than it did previously. Before, I would get different interesting lies. It would tell me recall can recover emails you sent and suck them back. Then it would tell me recall can find what you did last year from some history on the machine and such. All garbage. All because recall didn't come out yet. Now, if you're tired of it making up lies and just giving you persuasive information, you add context. And this product can do that in a GUI. To add current information, you click the up arrow and you enter this URL. You can tell it to download a web page and prepare it to use it as context. So it is this up arrow. I'm going to upload some more data, and it's going to be a URL. So fetch this website, and there it goes, scraping that data from the web, from some Microsoft website. And here's December 12. There it is. So I check this, and now I move to Workspace. And this is going to encode that with numbers, the numbers we saw. It's going to take all the words in that PDF document and convert them, move to Workspace, and now save and embed. It's going to embed this in the correct format for the large language model to use the information. So now I have context. And there's going to be some way to get out of this page. There, close this. So now I'm here asking a question. Now I'm going to ask it my favorite question, which is, what is Microsoft's recall feature? Okay. Well, it's taken longer to think about it, and I think it'll make a higher quality answer too. And one thing I don't really understand is how it knows to prioritize the local context information, but it seems to first look in the context information. I think probably it's added a prompt saying, use the attached context. And yeah, Microsoft Recall features a built-in capability that allows you to retrieve information and screenshots from your past activities using machine learning. That's what it is, although it's not in Windows 10, it's only in Windows 11. So it didn't really get it exactly right, but it's a whole lot closer to getting it right now. Now it actually has some actual information to base it on. So instead of just making up a complete bald-faced lie and making it look good, it is based on the truth, and then it continues. Now, the reason it lies so much is because, as we saw before, it guesses what word to fill in. This word has a 30% chance. This word has a 10% chance. This word has a 5% chance. And instead of always choosing the most likely word, it just randomly varies it just to create a more pleasing narrative. If you use the greedy algorithm that always chose the most likely word, then it would really tend to get stuck repeating the same phrase over and over. So to prevent that, they cause it to just randomly vary what it does. That's why you get random wrong answers and random different answers, and it makes little mistakes like telling me it's in Windows 10 when it should be Windows 11. So that's why I think it's real important to understand this is not an intelligent machine. It is a machine designed to fool humans into thinking it's intelligent by doing things that look kind of like what a human would write, but all without any comprehension. I compare it to like an actress, that only knows Chinese, but she has learned to sing a song in English by just memorizing the syllables and can sing that song, but has no idea what she's saying. That's what this thing is like. The words are numbers. It's drawn a line through the numbers. It's varied the line by random variation, and it's repeating the predicted numbers, all without any idea what it's saying. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to stop this one. If I can get this thing to pop up. Okay.